Hey y'all, my name is Abby, and today I'm going to be talking about daddy issues and character development in Shamsi's Home Fire, specifically in the character of Iman. So let's get right into it. I am excited to explore how Iman Lun's daddy issues with Karamat Lun ultimately translate into his character development from being a privileged son of the Home Secretary into an unexpected advocate for Parvez Pasha. While there are many tropes in Shamsi's novel, I want to focus on the complicated father-son relationship between Iman and Karamat. This situation is nothing new to our culture, as we've seen it in movies like High School Musical, Star Wars, and even Finding Nemo. And just a heads up, we will be revisiting High School Musical in a second. Now let's look at a general overview of Iman's character development, which I found humorously similar to the plot of High School Musical. When we first meet Iman, he is caught in Karamat's controlling hands, but then he meets a girl who changes his worldview, eventually leading him to think and act, or in Troy's case, sing, by his own choice. We first encounter Iman from Isma's perspective in a coffee shop. Through their first interaction, we learn that Iman looks just like Karamat, which doesn't gain him any popularity. The spelling of his name was changed from the Muslim translation to an Irish one, and third, he has recently quit his job. We readers can see that all three of these facts are consequences caused by Karamat. In another scene in the coffee shop, we learn that Iman defends his father's actions once he catches Isma reading about Karamat's newly elected position as Home Secretary. He sees the old muck the media pulls as false and instead puts his father on a pedestal as his, quote, guide into manhood. The final interaction between Iman and Isma takes place in her apartment. Through their conversation, we gather that Iman is empathetic towards Isma and her difficult family situation, but in the same way he gives ironic understanding towards his father's past mistakes, defending Karamat using his own logic as seen in this quote. In his section of the text, Iman mentally deals with the continued conflict between Muslims and his father. I encourage you to pause the video and read this quote because it perfectly reflects Iman's view of Karamat before meeting Anika. Now we enter the second part of the presentation as Anika enters the picture and she and Iman's complicated love story begins. After weeks of repeated sex, secrecy, and small talk, Iman and Anika finally talk about their, quote, daddy issues. In their first conversation, we see that no one has ever questioned Karamat's integrity or treatment of Iman like Anika does. Now I ask that you pause the video and read this dialogue that will prove my previous point. We see Iman face his once hidden opinion that his father isn't the hero he wants him to be, and Anika brings that out of him. Now, to view the second half of my presentation, please click the other link. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.